Thank you all for being here today. It's an honor to speak with you, especially on a topic that holds incredible potential for those of us striving to stay strong, resilient, and high-performing as we age. The truth is, muscle loss after 50 isn't just about looking different. It's about energy, mobility, longevity, and independence. We don't just lose strength, we lose the biological foundation that supports our brain health, metabolism, and immune function. But the good news is there is something you can do about it. Something accessible, natural, and rooted in science. One single mineral, yes, one, can be a game changer in how we rebuild and preserve muscle after 50. That mineral is magnesium. Now, I know most people think of magnesium as something that helps you sleep or relax, and yes, it does, but that's just scratching the surface. Magnesium plays a central role in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body. Among the most important, the synthesis of protein and the regulation of muscle contractions. Without optimal magnesium levels, your muscle fibers don't repair as efficiently, your protein synthesis is compromised, and your recovery slows down significantly. This becomes even more critical after age 50, when your natural muscle-building hormones like testosterone and growth hormone begin to decline. Magnesium becomes your silent partner in triggering and sustaining what remains of your anabolic drive. There's more. Magnesium helps reduce systemic inflammation, which is often what holds people back from rebuilding muscle in the first place. Chronic low-grade inflammation, common in older adults, quietly disrupts muscle tissue regeneration, makes joints ache, and decreases motivation to even begin resistance training. Magnesium interrupts this cycle by lowering inflammation markers like CRP, improving insulin sensitivity, and optimizing mitochondrial function, the engines of our cells. That means more energy, better muscle recovery, and less soreness, even after tough workouts. And it doesn't stop with your body. Magnesium has a profound effect on your nervous system. When you train, you're not just building muscle, you're also retraining your brain. The neuromuscular connection is crucial. Magnesium enhances the function of NMDA receptors, supports neurotransmitter balance, and ensures your motor neurons are firing properly. In simple terms, it makes the communication between your brain and your body sharper, faster, and more efficient. This is key after 50 when neural efficiency naturally declines, making muscle growth harder to trigger without extra support. Let's talk absorption, because this is where most people get it wrong. You can't just take any magnesium supplement and expect results. You need bioavailable forms like magnesium glycinate or malate. These are absorbed more effectively and don't create the GI distress that forms like magnesium oxide do. And you need to pair magnesium intake with proper resistance training and sleep, because here's the rule: nutrition provides the raw material, training gives the signal, and recovery allows the change to happen. Magnesium supports all three pillars. As we cross the age of 50, a noticeable shift occurs in the body's ability to maintain and build muscle. This isn't just anecdotal, it's a scientifically observed phenomenon known as sarcopenia, the age loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength. What many don't realize is that this decline starts gradually in our 30s and accelerates with every passing decade. After 50, the effects become more pronounced, not just in muscle appearance, but in functionality, leading to reduced balance, slower movement, lower metabolic rate, and increased risk of injury. The culprits behind this are multifactorial: declining levels of testosterone, growth hormone, and IGF-1, increased inflammation, reduced physical activity, and critically, impaired nutrient utilization. Among these, one mineral stands out as a key to reversing, or at least dramatically slowing this process: magnesium. Magnesium doesn't just help you sleep or relax muscles after exercise. It is a foundational cofactor in over 300 biochemical reactions in the human body, many of which are directly tied to muscle health and regeneration. One of its most vital roles is in the synthesis of protein. After a workout or even during daily movement, microscopic tears occur in muscle fibers. These tears signal the body to repair and rebuild muscle tissue, a process that depends on the activation of muscle protein synthesis, MPS. Magnesium is necessary to initiate and sustain MPS, ensuring that the body has the metabolic capacity to turn dietary amino acids into new muscle tissue. But there's more. Magnesium helps regulate calcium and potassium transport across cell membranes, which is crucial for proper muscle contraction and relaxation. Without sufficient magnesium, muscles can cramp, fatigue faster, and fail to recover efficiently. This becomes a much bigger issue as we age because the body's efficiency in absorbing and retaining magnesium declines with time. Simply put, your body needs more of it, but gets less from the same inputs. That gap leads to chronic low levels, which silently erode your ability to maintain lean muscle mass. In men and women over 50, hormonal declines compound this issue. Testosterone and growth hormone, both of which promote muscle growth, are naturally supported by magnesium. Low magnesium levels are associated with reduced anabolic hormone production, creating a feedback loop where the body becomes less capable of building muscle, even with exercise and adequate protein intake. It's not enough to just go to the gym or increase your protein intake. Without magnesium, those efforts won't translate into actual gains. Moreover, the body's inflammatory profile changes with age. Chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflaging, interferes with muscle recovery and regeneration. Magnesium acts as a natural anti-inflammatory agent, helping to dampen this inflammatory load and protect muscle tissue from degradation. So while age may be a factor in muscle decline, it's not a sense. Magnesium empowers the body to fight back against muscle loss by reigniting protein synthesis, supporting hormonal balance, and improving cellular function. For anyone over 50 looking to stay strong, mobile, and independent, ensuring optimal magnesium levels is not optional, it's essential. Inflammation and declining cellular energy production are two major barriers to muscle recovery and growth after age 50. As we get older, our bodies experience a natural increase in systemic inflammation, often subtle but persistent. This low-grade inflammation interferes with the body's ability to repair tissue, especially muscle. It slows recovery, increases soreness, and contributes to fatigue after physical activity. Inflammation also weakens the body's ability to respond effectively to training stimuli, meaning even well-designed workouts can produce minimal results unless the inflammatory state is addressed. This is where magnesium steps in as a powerful modulator. Magnesium helps regulate inflammation by suppressing pro-inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein, CRP, and interleukin-6, IL-6. These markers tend to rise as we age, especially in people with sedentary lifestyles, poor diets, or chronic stress. By helping to keep these markers in check, magnesium reduces the internal stress load on muscles, joints, and organs, allowing the body to recover more effectively after training or daily movement. The result is less soreness, less fatigue, and better muscle repair. Magnesium also plays a critical role in mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are the energy powerhouses of our cells, especially muscle cells, which are energy-demanding tissues. These tiny organelles produce ATP, the fuel your muscles use for contraction, repair, and growth. After 50, mitochondrial efficiency naturally declines, making it harder to sustain energy through workouts and to recover afterward. Magnesium is essential for ATP production and for maintaining mitochondrial membrane stability. Without it, energy output drops and cellular repair processes slow down, directly affecting your ability to gain or retain muscle. Beyond that, magnesium supports detoxification processes that reduce oxidative stress, a byproduct of exercise and aging that can damage muscle cells and stall growth. With adequate magnesium, the body becomes more efficient at neutralizing free radicals and cleaning up cellular waste, creating a healthier internal environment for muscles to rebuild stronger. Additionally, magnesium helps stabilize blood sugar and insulin levels, which have a huge impact on muscle recovery. Insulin is not only a blood sugar regulator, it's also an anabolic hormone that helps shuttle nutrients into muscle cells post-exercise. When insulin sensitivity is impaired, which is common in older adults, nutrient delivery slows down and muscle rebuilding is compromised. Magnesium improves insulin sensitivity, ensuring that protein, glucose, and other nutrients get delivered efficiently to recovering muscles. So when we talk about muscle rebuilding after 50, it's not just about training harder, it's about creating the internal conditions where recovery and adaptation can actually happen. Magnesium facilitates this by lowering inflammation, boosting mitochondrial energy, reducing oxidative stress, and improving metabolic function. It gives your muscles the ability to bounce back faster, stronger, and with greater efficiency. This translates to more consistent progress, better performance, and ultimately a higher quality of life. As we age, maintaining a strong connection between the brain and muscles becomes just as important as maintaining the muscles themselves. This neuromuscular connection is the communication system that allows your brain to send signals to your muscles, telling them when and how to contract. When this system is working efficiently, movements are smooth, reflexes are quick, and muscles respond effectively to resistance training. But after age 50, this connection begins to weaken. Reaction time slow, coordination decreases, and the body doesn't recruit muscle fibers as efficiently during movement or exercise. One powerful way to support and even restore this connection is through optimizing magnesium levels. Magnesium plays a vital role in supporting the health and function of the nervous system, particularly in how motor neurons communicate with muscle fibers. At the core of this process are neurotransmitters, chemical messengers that pass signals between nerve cells and muscles. Magnesium helps regulate the activity of NMDA receptors, which are essential for learning, memory, and synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and strengthen connections. These receptors are also critical in motor learning, which is your body's ability to refine movements over time through practice and repetition. With sufficient magnesium, these signals are sharper, more accurate, and better timed, all of which contribute to more effective muscle activation. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. During muscle contractions, calcium enters the nerve cells, triggering the release of neurotransmitters. After the contraction, magnesium helps push calcium back out, allowing the muscle to relax. This cycle of contraction and relaxation is fundamental to all voluntary movement. As magnesium levels decline, something very common with aging, this process becomes disrupted. Muscles may remain slightly tense, or they may not contract with full power, leading to stiffness, slower reaction times, and diminished performance. What many people don't realize is that this degraded communication between the brain and muscles doesn't just affect performance, it directly impacts muscle growth. Effective resistance training depends on your ability to recruit a high number of muscle fibers, especially the fast twitch fibers that are most responsible for muscle mass and strength. If your neuromuscular system is underperforming, your workouts might not fully activate these fibers, leading to less muscle breakdown and ultimately less rebuilding. That means you could be putting in the effort at the gym, but not getting the results your body is capable of achieving, all because the neural drive isn't there. Magnesium also plays a role in preventing neuromuscular fatigue. When the nervous system is under constant strain, either from stress, poor sleep, or mineral deficiencies, it loses its capacity to generate strong, consistent signals. This leads to mental fatigue during workouts, slower recovery between sets, and reduced motivation. Magnesium supports nerve conduction and helps maintain balance in the central nervous system, keeping you mentally sharp and physically ready to perform. Magnesium is not just a mineral for your muscles, it's essential for your brain's ability to command them. Rebuilding and preserving muscle after 50 isn't just about lifting weights or eating more protein. It's about restoring the internal circuitry that allows your muscles to respond, adapt, and grow. With optimal magnesium levels, you reinforce this circuitry, sharpen your movements, and make every repetition count. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after 50, many people are quick to reach for a magnesium supplement, but not all forms of magnesium are created equal. The type of magnesium you choose makes a significant difference in how well your body absorbs it, how effectively it reaches muscle tissue, and whether or not it causes unwanted side effects. This is a critical point that often gets overlooked. Simply taking any magnesium pill off the shelf won't guarantee the results you're looking for in terms of muscle repair, strength recovery, or overall vitality. Understanding the bioavailability and function of different magnesium forms can be the key that unlocks better performance, deeper recovery, and sustainable muscle gains. Magnesium oxide, for instance, is one of the most common forms found in low-cost supplements, but it has extremely poor absorption. Only about 4% is actually taken up by the body. The rest moves through your digestive system, often causing bloating or a laxative effect. While it might raise your intake number on paper, it does very little for muscle recovery, energy production, or inflammation reduction because the magnesium isn't getting where it needs to go, into your cells. Contrast that with magnesium glycinate, a chelated form where magnesium is bound to the amino acid glycine. This form is highly bioavailable, meaning it's efficiently absorbed through the intestinal wall and utilized by your body. Magnesium glycinate is also known for its calming effect on the nervous system, making it ideal not just for muscle health, but also for enhancing sleep quality and reducing cortisol, the stress hormone that can inhibit muscle growth. For individuals over 50 who often struggle with disrupted sleep and slower recovery, this added benefit is incredibly valuable. Magnesium malate is another superior option, particularly for those who deal with fatigue or muscle soreness. Malic acid, the compound bound to magnesium in this form, plays a key role in the Krebs cycle, a central pathway in mitochondrial energy production. This makes magnesium malate particularly effective at enhancing cellular energy and reducing muscle pain. If you're engaging in regular resistance training, this form can help improve workout endurance and reduce post-exercise stiffness. Then there's magnesium threonate, which is especially notable for its ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. While it's more specialized, it can enhance cognitive function and focus, both of which play into how well you engage with training, process movement patterns, and stay motivated long-term. While it's not the go-to form for muscle repair specifically, it's another example of how the right magnesium form supports multiple systems that contribute to muscle building results. Timing and consistency also matter. Magnesium should be taken daily, ideally in divided doses, morning and evening, for maximum absorption and impact. It's also best paired with a diet rich in whole foods and adequate hydration. Since water helps transport minerals into cells, choosing the right form of magnesium is not just a technical detail, it's a strategic move. If you're serious about rebuilding muscle after 50, bioavailability matters. The correct form of magnesium can mean the difference between simply taking a supplement and actually transforming your muscle recovery, performance, and longevity from the inside out. When it comes to rebuilding muscle after 50, it's not enough to rely on exercise alone. True muscle restoration and growth require a holistic approach, one that addresses nutrition, training, and recovery in an integrated way. Magnesium is one of the rare nutrients that supports all three of these pillars simultaneously. It's not just a helpful add-on, it's a foundational mineral that ensures each part of the muscle building process functions efficiently. Without it, even the best diet, most well-structured training program, and longest nights of sleep can fall short in delivering results. First, let's look at the nutritional side. Nutrition provides the raw materials that your body uses to build new muscle tissue: proteins, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. Magnesium is essential in the metabolism of amino acids and the synthesis of new proteins. When you consume protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, then uses those building blocks to repair and grow muscle fibers. Magnesium acts as a cofactor in this process, activating the enzymes necessary to convert those amino acids into muscle tissue. Without sufficient magnesium, this conversion is impaired. You may eat plenty of protein, but the body struggles to use it effectively, slowing down or even halting the rebuilding process. Now, consider training. Exercise is the signal you send to your body telling it that more muscle is needed. But for that signal to be heard and acted upon, your nervous system must be firing efficiently and your muscles must be able to respond with proper contractions. Magnesium supports the electrical impulses that coordinate muscle movement. It balances calcium and potassium inside muscle cells, which is vital for smooth contractions and relaxations. This directly affects your strength, coordination, and ability to complete reps with full range and power. A magnesium deficiency can lead to weaker muscle contractions, early fatigue, cramps, or even tremors, especially during or after workouts. So magnesium isn't just about recovery, it's about ensuring quality performance during every set, every rep. Recovery is where the real transformation happens. This is when muscles repair the tiny tears caused by resistance training and grow back stronger. It's also when inflammation subsides and your energy stores are replenished. Magnesium enhances the quality of your recovery in several ways. It promotes deep restorative sleep by regulating neurotransmitters like GABA and melatonin. Sleep is when growth hormone is released, which is vital for muscle repair, especially in people over 50 who experience a natural decline in this hormone. Magnesium also calms the nervous system, reduces cortisol levels, and improves heart rate variability, markers of a well-recovered, resilient body. What makes magnesium so unique is its ability to support all three aspects of muscle health in harmony. You can think of it as a conductor in an orchestra, coordinating the performance of nutrition, training, and recovery so they produce a powerful, balanced result. When any one of those pillars is weak, muscle growth slows or stalls. But when all three are strong and supported by optimal magnesium levels, the body becomes primed for lasting strength, performance, and health, even well into your 50s, 60s, and beyond. As we wrap up this conversation, I want you to walk away with a clear understanding. Rebuilding muscle after 50 is not only possible, it's highly achievable with the right strategy and biological support. This isn't about gimmicks or shortcuts. It's about aligning your body's natural systems with smart science-backed inputs. And at the core of that alignment is magnesium. This one mineral, often overlooked or underestimated, acts like a master regulator, coordinating processes that govern how you eat, move, rest, and ultimately grow stronger. We've talked about how aging naturally brings changes: declining hormones, reduced neuromuscular efficiency, slower recovery, and increased inflammation. These are real, measurable shifts. But they are not irreversible. The human body has an incredible capacity to adapt at any age, provided you give it what it needs. Magnesium works at the cellular level, the hormonal level, the neurological level. It's involved in the very chemistry of transformation. It makes it more than just a supplement. It becomes part of the architecture of resilience. Think about the systems we've discussed. Nutrition gives your body raw material, but without magnesium, your body can't efficiently use protein to build muscle. Training sends the signal to grow, but without magnesium, that signal is weaker. Your muscles contract poorly, and your nervous system fatigues faster. Recovery is when the rebuilding actually happens, but without magnesium, sleep is shallow, inflammation persists, and cortisol disrupts muscle repair. And each of these key pillars, magnesium is quietly doing its work. And when it's missing or insufficient, everything suffers. Rebuilding muscle isn't just about vanity or physical performance. It's about independence, vitality, and quality of life. It's about being able to lift your grandkids, carry your groceries, walk upstairs without effort, and bounce back from injury with strength and confidence. Muscle is protective. It supports your joints, regulates your metabolism, balances your hormones, and even enhances your brain function. And magnesium makes sure your muscles are ready to respond, adapt, and thrive. So where do you go from here? Start by assessing your magnesium intake, not just from supplements, but from food. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, legumes, and dark chocolate are rich sources. Then consider a high-quality bioavailable magnesium supplement like glycinate or malate to fill the gap, especially if you're training regularly or dealing with sleep issues or fatigue. Pair that with consistent resistance training, high-quality protein, and intentional recovery. Build a system where your inputs are feeding growth, not just maintenance. Finally, I want to leave you with this. Your body is not broken after 50. It's adapting to a new phase of life. And with the right tools, like magnesium, you can guide that adaptation towards strength, energy, and clarity. You don't have to accept decline as inevitable. You can shift the trajectory, one smart choice at a time, one workout at a time, one mineral at a time. And the best time to begin that shift is now.